Afghan proverbs. Across Afghanistan, proverbs are a valued part of speaking, both publicly and in conversations. Afghans use proverbs in their daily conversations far more than Westerners do, and with greater effect. The most extensive proverb collections in Afghan languages are in Pashto and Dari, the two official languages in Afghanistan. Pashto is the native tongue of Afghanistan's largest ethnic group, the Pashtuns, who are also the second biggest ethnic group in Pakistan. Pashto has the oldest and largest collections of proverbs. The Dari, which is a variety of Persian spoken in Iran and Tajikistan. A broader, more contextualized study of Afghan proverbs would include comparisons of Afghan proverbs with Persian proverbs from Iran, for which several volumes are available in English, and with Tajik proverbs, e.g., comparing with those in Bell 2009 from Tajikistan. Collections. So far, collections of proverbs in Afghan languages are available in English translation for at least 4 Afghan languages: Dari, Pashto, Pashai, and Balochi. Collections of Pashto, Dari, and Balochi proverbs in Arabic script are downloadable at the links at bottom of this article. Dari. For Dari, there are 2 main published collections of proverbs, with some overlap between them. The earlier is J. Christie Wilson's collection of 100 Afghan Persian proverbs, the list having been reproduced without credit in other sources. The most recent main collection of Dari proverbs is the 3rd edition of U.S. Navy Captain Edward Zellum's collection, built on the 151 of the 2012 edition, plus 50 more that were submitted via the web. The 2012 edition won a 2013 award from the Military Writers Society of America. From the 151 proverbs of the 2012 edition, 38 were chosen for an edition with color illustrations intended for language learning by a more popular audience, Zellum 2012. This edition's format has been published with translations into a number of languages, including English, Russian Zellum 2013, German Zellum 2013, French 2013, and Finnish. There are reports that Zarbal Mathalha, a collection of 1152 Dari proverbs collected by Maulana Qul Mohammed Kost, was published in 1983, Crayenbrook 2010, 317. There is also a collection of Dari proverbs with German translations by Noor Nazarbai, Afghanistan Densarten und Volksweisheiten. Pashto. For Pashto, one of the 2 main languages of Afghanistan, the newest available source is the collection of 151 proverbs by Zellum. A larger collection of Pashto proverbs of 1350 proverbs is by Bartlati and Kotick 2006, a revised and expanded version of an earlier work by Tare and Edwards 1982. Anna Voltson published 100 Proverbs and 100 Tapas Folk Poems 1967. An earlier collection was published by Benawa 1979. An older source containing 406 Pashto proverbs is Thorburns 1876, where he includes them in his book on pp. 231 473. Another out-of-print collection is Boyle's Nakluna, some Pashto proverbs and sayings from 1926. The most recent published collection of Pashto proverbs contains 151 proverbs submitted by Pashto speakers via the web and Twitter. Zellum 2014. There are reports that Nuri published a selection of proverbs from Pashto Talat Na in 1910, Crayenbrook 2010, 151. There are about 50 pages of Pashto proverbs arranged by topic in a doctoral dissertation by Bartlati. 3 additional volumes on Pashto proverbs have also been published in Pakistan, the first by M.K. Shinwari, Da Matalano Kisse Stories of Proverbs in 1999. There are 2 additional volumes printed in Pakistan, both by M.A. Lashkar, Ulasi Mataluna Popular Proverbs in 2005, and Da Matalano Kisse, Terpahar Baki Rozgar Stories of Proverbs, Old Forgotten New Adopted in 2009. There is also a collection of proverbs prepared by Boyle in 1926. Noor Sanadin, a Pashto proverb scholar, has compared all available collections of Pashto proverbs. Pasha is a less-known language community living east of Kabul. A local committee working with young produced a collection of 171 proverbs, 2010, each one translated into English, Korean, and Pashto. Layer has analyzed an aspect of the grammar of proverb use. Balochi for Balochi, a language spoken on both sides of the Pakistan-Afghan border, Badalkin gives a number of Balochi proverbs translated into English in his article, focusing on proverbs that are related to specific stories 2000. He also cites several published collections of Balochi proverbs, all published in Balochi. 6 proverbs are given on the last pages 203, 204 of Dame's 1907 Popular Poetry of the Baloches. In addition to these publications in English, there are items about proverbs in languages spoken in Afghanistan published in other languages. These include an article about Wagali proverbs in German Budrus 1992, an article about Kyrgyz proverbs in Afghanistan in French Dor 1982, commonalities, analysis of Afghan proverbs. For most Afghan languages, the first challenge is to collect proverbs before analysis can be done. For Pashto, which has the oldest and largest collections of proverbs, there have been 2 dissertations that analyzed the links between their proverbs and culture. Though both projects were done with Pashto speakers on the Pakistani side of the border, the findings are expected to apply on the Afghan side of the borders as well. The first was about Pashtunwali, the way of the Pashtuns, a code of honor embracing the customary law, morality ethos, and notion of the ancestral heritage associated with being Pashtun. The second dissertation argues that Pashtun proverbs encode and promote a patriarchal view and sexist ideologies. Gender identities and roles as expressed in Pashto proverbs are also described in an article-length presentation. Additionally, there is an article about the status of women as seen through Pashtun proverbs. Pashto proverbs have also been studied to show attitudes related to marriage. Kohistani has written a thesis to show how understanding Afghan Dari proverbs will help Europeans understand Afghan culture. The use of proverbs and other artistic language in talking about war and instability in Afghanistan is the subject of a study by Margaret Mills.